Hi guys, and welcome to How's It Rate. Today we're going to use the dried beans that we made and reconstituted, and we're going to make our 3-alarm chili. Pretty simple deal. But before we get to that, I just wanted to say hello to Michael Sparks, Aronath Wow, and Christopher Page. Thanks for subscribing. So, simple ingredients. The first thing we've got is some ground beef. I've got 2 pounds of that. I've got 1 whole onion, fairly large, chopped up, and also 6 to 7 cloves of garlic, finely minced, and I just added them to the onion so I don't get another container dirty. I've got 5 good-sized peppers. They're not quite, I wouldn't call them large, but I would say they were medium large. 5 of them chopped up. And I also added 1 habanero for a little extra spice. We've got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. These are 28 ounces, so 1 pound, 12 ounces each. 2 of those. I've got about a 1/4 cup of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of red pepper, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, the dried kind, 2 teaspoons of minced onion, the dried kind, 1/3 of a cup of chili powder, and make sure you use good fresh chili powder. That can contribute to a problem. Your chili powder goes bad if it's old. What happens is it gets bitter and it loses that chili taste. Real big cause of bitter chili. And then we've got 2 tablespoons of masa in there, just to thicken it up a little bit. Now the seasonings you can adjust as you go. You don't want to add all your seasonings at first, because as this cooks and concentrates you may find it's a little overpowering with one or the other. So adjust the seasonings as you go. And then of course we've got our beans, which were rehydrated yesterday, and we're going to add that to the chili. So pretty easy steps. First thing we're going to do is take our 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to put them in my Ninja cooker, which is on the stovetop setting now. And I'm going to brown that up. Okay, so no need to bore you with that step. And I'll be back when this is nice and brown. Okay, our beef is browned up nicely in the Ninja cooker. And I am going to leave the fat that came out of the meat in the pan. I hate to say it, guys, but that's where all the flavor is. And it's not excessive. There's not a lot of it in there. And I think by the time I add all the ingredients, you won't even know it's there except for the flavor. So at this point, I'm going to add my chopped onions and garlic. Going to saute that in there with the meat. Sure we get all that goodness in there. Can't leave any scragglers. Garlic. Yep. Oh boy. Smells good already, but nothing's happening. So stir that in there nicely. Ah, you can smell it already. It's amazing. It's amazing. Alright. You know, the onion and garlic, man, that's like the king and queen of the kitchen. Yep, and the garlic is absolutely the queen. I mean, I use that in so many things. Alright, now we're going to add our peppers. And as you can see, this little Ninja cooker is getting full right up real quick. But these are going to cook down a little bit. I'm not going to, cook them to mush, but what I want to do is just tenderize them a little bit and get them ready to give up all that goodness that's inside of them. So I'm stirring it in with the meat. Hopefully we'll have room for everything in here. Little Ninja cooker looks small when you add all this stuff. But I'm going to be eating this for about a week. I love chili. And I'm sure this is going to come out real good. And then I got that little habanero in there. That's going to kick it up a notch. Okay, here's my mixture of spices. I put them here because it stirs them up nicely. And at this point is where I add the spices. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle that in there, all of it. And I'm sure that's not the last spice that's going to go in there, because as I say, as this cooks, I adjust it to the way I like it. And you guys got to do the same thing. Some people like it a little saltier. Some people like it a little hotter. Some people like a little more cumin. You know, cumin is it's a funny spice. You add it, you add it, you add it, it's perfect, and then one little pinch more, and bingo, it's too much. So you have to be careful. All right, I'm gonna let that go for a little bit, and we'll check it in a few minutes and see how it looks. And at that point, we'll add our beans and our tomato. See you in a little bit. Well, our onions and peppers and garlic have been cooking for a while, and my God, you cannot imagine what it smells like in the house. Oh, lordy, lordy, it just smells awesome. They've softened up nicely, and I do believe it's time to add our tomatoes. So, I'm going to add our tomatoes. Boy, I'm beginning to wonder if everything's going to fit in this pan. I don't know. If not, guess what? No big deal. I'm not going to call the food police. We're just going to get a bigger pan and put them on the stove. But I think everything will fit. Okay, that's can number 1. Can number 2. Now I really have my doubts as to whether everything is going to fit. But we're going to add that nicely. And the smell is incredible, folks. Absolutely incredible. The flavors are building and they're melding, and it's truly a wonderful, wonderful smell. So, that's it for now. Next step, we're going to add our beans once this warms up a little bit. Okay? See you in a bit. Okay, it's been a little bit, and about 10-15 minutes. And our Ninja cooker is still on the skillet stovetop setting. And at this point, what we have is basically a beanless chili. And I gotta tell you, it really, really, really smells good. Let's give it a little. Nice. I can tell it's probably gonna need a little more chili powder. I can feel the heat though. I can feel the heat. Nice. So I'm going to try and add those beans now and see if they fit in here. I don't know. Wow. I'll tell you, they fit, but barely. I think we're going to be okay. I'm not going to stir this too heavily. We'll let things cook a little bit. And that's all there is to it. At this point now what we've got to do is just keep stirring it. I'm going to put it on the slow cooker setting shortly and let her cook for about 12 hours, and we should have some really outstanding chili. And we'll adjust the seasonings as we go. Well, it's been about 8 hours and our chili is done. Look at that. Cooking in a slow cooker all day. I gotta tell you, the house just smelled like chili. My mouth was watering all day. Throughout the day, every couple hours, I would check it and adjust the seasoning. I had to add a little salt to it, and I also added a bit more chili powder to it, and I added another habanero pepper. Yep, so it's now 3-alarm chili. Smells outrageous. And let's get a bowl of this stuff out. Consistency looks good. Not too thick, not too runny. So it's scorching hot, but we're going to take a ladle full and enjoy. So, there it is, from dried beans. Takes a while, but the end result is well worth it. So let's give it the old taste test. Very hot. absolutely perfect. The beans are not mush. So much more flavorful than that canned variety. I can taste all the seasonings. I can taste the cumin just slightly, not overpowering. I can taste obviously the heat from the habanero and a bit of red pepper and black pepper that we added. The onions, flavors coming through. As you can see, the onions and the peppers are not mush. They still have a little bit of tooth to them. I can taste the tomato in it. It's absolutely perfect. I gotta give it a 5. I know I made it, but I gotta give it a 5. And I gotta tell you, it's a little bit spicy. This is gonna be fun to eat. Yep, definitely spicy. It's bringing a little sweat to my brow. So fellas and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you again soon. And thanks for watching. Take care.